G'day guys, Alan here. Welcome back to my workshop. Task at hand today is fixing my milling machine. This bolt here, when you turn it, should make the ram move in and out, but something's broken in there and I've got to pull it all apart and fix it. Now, these are big heavy pieces, so I've got a friend coming over. Mark is very adept at mechanical things, and he's a tall lad like myself, which will make things easy. So we're going to get into this and hopefully knock it over today. So let's get to it. Okay, so what I've got to do is replace a cracked casting. You have to, pardon me, this is going all handheld because it's really quite awkward to try and film. This is the turret casting, a replacement turret casting. If we turn it upside down, you can see there's something of an ear here. On my machine, this ear is cracked off, or seriously cracked and broken. So as a warranty thing, the supplier has given me a new turret casting. So job at hand is to fit this. So on the machine, of course, it's this piece here. The first thought for how to do this was to take the weight of the ram here and undo the bolts, lift it all up, and then slide this off the back. Slide the new one on, drop it down. But I realised that would make it quite difficult to get the spider sorted out, and also it would change the balance as the thing was slid back. So I think a better option is going to be to lift this up with this piece, to slide this off, leave that in place. So just bring all this lot this way, and then swap the turret castings over with this out the way and then put it back. So that's what I'm going to explore first. Now, to make that work, I'm going to have to be able to bring this quite a long way this way. So my plan is to take some of the weight there, lifting eye in the middle, and it's going to be heavier at this end than in the middle, so it needs support here. So I've got a sling around there, and I've got two lifting things you can see perhaps. So I'm reasonably confident that that's going to work. Anyway, we'll try that first. So there's a Gibbs strip in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that to make our lives easy, we probably actually want to take that Gibbs strip out.
Right.
So let's do that. Oh, why is that tight? Didn't expect that to be tight. It must be under load. Might just take a bit of lift on the front there, Mark. Just take the weight a little bit. Yeah, keep going. I think it's better if it's high at the front at the moment. Alright, that'll do. Yes, the screws come loose. Oh. I thought it would be a good idea to be able to have that degree of control. I would have used the electric hoist, but you've got no fine control with it.
Yeah. Now, can you see the Gibbs strip from your end?
Yes.
Can you push it?
Yes.
There you go.
Alright, so that must be nice and loose in that case.
Now we want to mark that so we know that's the back end, just in case that slots, if there's anything unique about this.
Good thinking, but I believe it can only go in one way around.
Okay.
But nonetheless we'll do that. So I think it's time to take a bit of weight here now.
Now that we've taken that Gibbs strip out, Alan, will that slide in there, or do we have to rack it with the toothed?
Oh no, it will slide.
It'll slide.
Oh yeah, because I pulled it a long way forward last night. In fact, there it just went. So it's a bit light. So yeah, so you need to lift a little bit at the front, just a touch. Touch more. And I'll go a bit more. You go up a bit more.
Look at that.
Yeah. You go. I think that's about as much as we need. You can go up slightly more. Right. Okay, well let's try and work it forward. So you're going to have to pull that along. And now we'll probably have to move this frame along a bit as well. Yeah. Now, how vertical is your chain? We've got to swing it round.
Vertical?
No, from that direction.
Oh,
north, south, and I'm thinking we'll have to swing it round. Oh no, yeah, just a little bit. I think we need to pull it this way a bit. Right. Now, if we just bring this forward some more, it's just coming out under its own steam at the moment. To pull your thing. Look at that. Now, you pull that other side of the A-frame along. Huh? Yep. We're just about out, aren't we?
Beautiful.
All right, just leave well alone. What's it trying to do?
Nothing. It's just sitting there. How easy was that?
That was a lot bloody easier than I was expecting it to be, that's for sure. All right, now, what we'll do, I think...
Now, you want these entirely undone?
We will have to... They're quite long bolts.
There's nothing on the bottom that's going to drop?
Oh, yes, there is. We have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So that's the spider in there, which is now... Now, what I want to do is find some way of holding that up. I don't think that thing will be terribly heavy. So we've got something like that. Put it down through there, have a bit of a hole with a bit of rope tied in it so it can't buggerise around. Yeah, so I think with a bit of string tied around that will be...
What are we going to put that? Are we just going to hang on to that?
Well, we can probably tie it on there just so it can't
cool.
disappear into Narnia.
I've also marked the spider so we know, so we put it back in the
right
position.
Well, that's got to help as well.
Yeah.
Right. So if we get that down through there.
Look at that. It will go through that bottom hole though, Al, on the side.
Oh, okay. Alright, we don't want to lose that string. Right. So that's W for west, is it?
Yep.
Not M for Mark. Right.
W for west.
Alright, well we should be able to just lift this piece off now. We'll lift this up and put a block of wood or something under it so it can perch there. And make sure that's heavy enough that neither of us want to get our fingers caught under it. Right, so we're going to see if we can... Right. Oops. Swing it around like that. Okay. We can bring the other side. Oh.
Yep. Yeah, see, if you were doing it by yourself,
Yeah.
struggling with
That's exactly.
things like that.
This is nearly empty. In fact, it's mostly empty. Okay, reaching behind you, Mark, that red oil can, up to the right,
Oh, that one.
because that's actually whey oil. I think that's going to be the go for this. Oops.
rather than put that, have you got a? Oh no, I suppose it doesn't.
Well, 2 pieces would be better, wouldn't it? Be a bit more stable.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we can find. This would be the same dimension as that piece of wood in one way, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Roughly parallel. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we're going to put that on there and then try and push this in, pull it up with the string.
Yep.
Right.
Ready?
Alright. So we've got to get this up through there, don't we? Ideally without dropping it. Where is it? Come on. Right. Around there again. Hang on. So we can't get that. So where's the spider thing gone?
It's down here.
Right, let's have that up. And got to get that through. Which way around? That way around.
Yep.
Yeah. So you take charge of the string. We're better off getting this thing set down
That's
now.
what I
Aren't we?
reckon too.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. And the sequence wrong. Let's get this off. Nip back there. Yeah. Well, I guess it's in. Where's the other one that loose? I suppose it doesn't matter. Well, I don't think the other one was as loose as that. Well, I can't do anything about it. It is what it is. So, I mean, clearly it can't be oversized.
No.
So I guess we'll just have to. Right. Let's stick. Now. The bolt's ready. Oh, you already had done it.
You put that
Right.
on yours. I like keeping them the same side.
All right.
I've got it, Alan.
Can you see?
Can you lift that bolt? Yeah. Now try and do that. Hang on. That's it.
Let's try for this one. No, you're nowhere near it. Swing the that way towards there. Right, lift. I think we've got it. Yeah, I reckon we've got it now, so you can stand down. Yeah, they're all started now, aren't they? Just leave them finger tight for a moment.
Yeah.
Well, not even finger tight. Right. Okay.
Lock the wood out.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, how easy was that?
keep hoping the same thing continues as you put the new one on.
Did you rag? You use a t-shirt.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay, we
now, Alan, before we put this in, do we want to lube this up?
Yep. Yeah, we use that oil again, same oil. Here's where it'll touch. Alright, got to pull the frame a little bit. We don't want to change the height. Push the red frame away from you a bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bit more. Actually, I'll hold this away. Right, you push the frame. Right, we've started anyway. Alright, well.
That was too hard now.
Should do it again, it's too easy. Alright, let's lower him down gently. Well, we've got to try and hold it over this way to leave room for the gib. Right, I'm down, I think. No, not quite.
I'm down. You're not quite down.
You're down too far, I reckon. Yeah, that's it. Keep going. A bit more, yeah. Keep up, yeah. Something like that. I reckon that's the balance.
Oh.
See, I think all of the weight actually is on the front, so I don't...
Yeah.
Right, let's try and get... Oh, let's clean that gib up a bit too. Now that might well have sharp edges on it too.
Yep.
So this is where we hit our first real snag for the day. We were trying to refit the pinion shaft, which is used for moving the ram backwards and forwards, and it needed to go into a bored passageway through the side of the turret casting. But there was paint overspray in there which I'd failed to clean out, and that overspray was stopping the shaft from going in. So we realised that our only real option here was to take the ram off again, and so we had good access, so that we could get some good access to get in there and clean that paint out. And clean it from the other side. We can leave all this lot obviously here, just slide it out again. No. It's not a big deal, is it? No. And then we'll better clean that thing up properly. Yeah, gib strips coming free now. Right. Probably don't even need to take it all the way out either.
No, it would be nice to keep it engaged.
Right. Yeah, a bit more. Right.
Does that give you enough?
Oh, it's as much as we're going to get anyway. Let torch go. It's up here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
So that's the bit I reckon we got to clean out. Okay, maybe handheld bit of emery might be the go. No, you need an angled... oh, hang on, I do have an angle thing. Just don't know whether that would help us or not. Now, after all that, can it get in there? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Frank!
Yeah.
Well, we'll call him into the mat.
Why is it so reluctant? Ah, there we go. And a bit further. Right. Let's get that gib in again. Right, that's what we want. Now, if we can find the screw to put in there.
Ah, the screw's in the old one.
Right, well done. Yeah, of course.
And we needed that proper screw because it's got a paper turned bit on the bottom.
Yeah. Can't let them go too much because they've got the weight of this thing on them now. Oh, now we've got to let the... Right.
I've got to let's take this off. Oh, sorry.
Somewhere like that. Until I get that ring on.
Yeah.
It's anybody's guess. Well, that's broken the back of it, isn't it?
Sure has.
Okay, well that's most of the hard work behind this. My friend Mark's headed off, and thank him very much for his assistance. Made what could have been a tricky job very easy. So thank you very much, Mark. Okay, so time to get the workshop back into its normal state and finish assembling everything back onto the milling machine. These wheels have locks on them that allow me to lock them at straight ahead or 90 degrees. It makes it really useful. This guy is fairly weighty. Oh. Okay, so what I have to do now is recover this graduated ring from the old turret casting, and it's held on with these bloody awful nails, rivet nails, whatever you want to call the damn things, screw nails, I don't know what you call them. But I've found in the past it's virtually impossible to get them out without damaging things. So I think what I'm going to do, and I don't know whether this is stuck to that either, it might be, hopefully it isn't. But I think what I'm going to do, I certainly won't want to be reusing them anyway. That one's sticking out a little bit, maybe I can get somewhere with that one. But otherwise I think I'll just grind the heads off and see how that works for me. We'll see. I don't think there's any easy way to do this. Them things fight you no matter what you try and do. Oh, there we go. There's one. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay. Well, I think that's done it with as little damage as might have been possible. Alright. Got it off without too much damage. Let's see how lucky we're going to be here. That's looking good. Right. Okay, with the old casting removed from the machine and turned upside down, you can see quite clearly the area of damage. This ear here is broken right through and cracked down there. It was all set to fall apart. Its function is to support the inboard end of this pinion shaft, and the pinion here engages in a rack which is machined into the underside of the ram, so that when the pinion shaft is rotated it moves the ram backwards and forwards. So this is supposed to be in there with this end supported by that. Well, obviously it wasn't getting any support, so when I raised the issue with the supplier of the machine, he looked at it with me and said, look, it might be possible to repair that. Well, I suppose anything is possible, but his inclination was to say, no, look, the best option here is just to replace this casting. So that's what we've done. So with everything I need taken off this, it's now just a piece of scrap metal and it's off to the recyclers. I don't know whether it's going to get me a couple of dollars. Not a lot, probably. Anyway, that's it. That's its fate. Okay, with the machine reassembled, it's time to put the pinion shaft back in for the last time, so I've greased it up. A little bit more grease on the tail end. Alright, so we get that in. Okay, so now I think you'll be able to see that it's easy again to move the ram backwards and forwards by rotating the pinion shaft. We just nip the gib blocks up, hold it in place. Okay, well let's wrap that up. Had a big tidy up and things. The milling machine fully dressed again with all the bits of kit. The only thing left to do with this job now is to fix the degree band that's around the turret casting. I'm going to use 2.5mm screws for that. I hate those bloody screw nail things that the manufacturers use. I know why they use them, it's cheap for them, but I'll be using little screws that I can remove or whatever. But the snag for me is I discovered I don't have a 2.5mm tap, so I'll have to order one of those. But otherwise the job actually went really smoothly. I'd been a bit frightened about doing it because after all I'm playing with some really heavy castings here. I shouldn't be surprised if that top piece was pushing on for 400 kilograms. It's certainly not to be toyed with. But with a bit of planning and setting up some proper lifting equipment, so we were able to lift it and manipulate it exactly as we needed to with full control. It actually turned out to be quite easy, and of course I was ably assisted by a very good friend who's really competent with mechanical things, so was a very useful chap to have around. Thanks, Mark. But that wraps it up, so I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you on the next one.